Last week I attended the Peppercorn Ceremony, and it was like a real fashion show. And here you can see all the people that were there, and a lot of the ladies were quite well dressed. But I think the person who really stood out on the day was the Mayor of St. George's, who had quite a regal look. Now, fashion and style involves good taste and knowing about colors and proportions, the same things that you need to know when you do art. So I decided to paint her, and the first thing was getting her all in proportion, and that was a struggle with the early bits of the drawing, but I was able to correct myself by painting in a way where I eventually managed to get everything in better proportions. I'm still really working on it here, but by the end I think I will have her well proportioned and looking quite stylish. I want to show the movement of her legs under her satin dress, just like John Singer Sargent. But now you can see some of the people that were guests, and they were quite stylish and dressed up. Different types of fancy hats and fancy dresses, and you can see that hat there. And you just saw all sorts of different types of styles amongst the ladies in this event. So here you can see me continuing with the painting, and now you can start seeing the politicians. And they were all quite well dressed. Some of the ladies were actually the politicians' wives, but they put on quite a bit of a fashion show. And they really did sort of add to the day. But the mayor was really regal. She really stood out, and it was a challenge painting all those polka dots in the dress that she had on. Now her corporation members also looked very stylish, and they all were making fashion statements. So here you can see what the ladies in the corporation looked like. And also up on the stage was the Accountant General. So here you can see the Accountant General and the mayor at opposite sides. And I'm back to doing my painting of the mayor, and you can see that I'm starting to get in more detail, and it's starting to have a more finished look. Getting the roundness and shape of the arms with all those polka dots was a challenge. Now here you can see the mayor on the stage, and here you can see the painting again. Now the men that were in the lodges, they were all quite dressed, and the MP for Constituency 1, she was trying to steal the show and even had her husband dressed in pink. And as much as the politicians try to look good, I don't think they really could touch the mayor. So here you can see some more of the lady politicians and how well dressed they are. But here's the mayor, the person who was one of the main characters at the Peppercorn Ceremony. And you can see me finishing off my painting here. I actually am signing my name here. And then after I signed my name, I did a couple of more touches to try to make this painting look nice and finished. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I did this painting and seeing the different fashions that were out on the day. I really was inspired to do some art about this event. So here's a close-up of the mayor's painting. This makes it look like it was a portrait, but I did the full figure, her inspecting the regiment with the governor. And this is the full finished piece. make any comments if you have any about my painting and what you thought of my pictures of this event. I look forward to showing you some more of my art. Bye.